Hello and welcome everyone. This is Casa Salentina and this is Anna and Michael.
That's me.
And today, after the last two videos, we did that before and after of the home that we purchased in Salento in Galatone, the town of Galatone. And we did a frequently asked questions. We had people email us some questions and some comment with their questions. And we also got some on WhatsApp and Instagram. So we got, and we sort of polled a group of questions that were commonly asked, and we answered those questions in the frequently asked question video. But there was another question that kept popping up after we did that video. So thank you to all of you that actually watched the video. We had over 1,000 views on that video.
Yeah,
so obviously it was a topic that people were really interested in with those questions. This is our journey of buying a home in south of Italy, in Salento, the heel of Italy, known for its beautiful beaches, sunshine, a land steeped in history. We bought our house in the historic centre of Galatone, a small town just a short trip from the beautiful coast of Santa Maria al Bagno and surrounding towns of Gallipoli, Galatina and Hhow. Follow our journey on how we made it possible from Australia to purchase this remotely and the progress of the refurbishment and restoration along the way. The common question asked after that video, which we didn't discuss in the video, was what were the costs involved, what we paid for the home, the renovations, and just general costs. And we do have a video on episode 9 that actually lays that all out for you in point form. But the question after that was, what about furnishing it and the extra costs that were involved while we were there, and what's the annual costs of your insurance, your electricity, water. There was just all these other questions, more on the living annually sort of thing. So we can speak only for the 4 months that we were there, because we obviously got an electricity bill, we got a gas bill, we had a water bill. We were at home most of the time cooking. I'd say probably maybe 25-30% of the time we may have been actually out, eating out. But we tried to live as much like an Italian, buying from the fresh food markets and cooking from home and growing our own, all our herbs and things that we did. So we did try and do that as much as we could. So the other question was, the other frequently asked question after that video was €1 or walk-in or turnkey, because there is a difference between a walk-in and a turnkey. A turnkey, really everything is there. Furniture, it's fully updated, renovated, everything's done for you. A walk-in, it's probably like ours, where there was work to be done, and a €1 is literally a ruin. So much. A ruin, not something that cost you 10, 15, 20,000, that's also half ruined, but a total ruin. And that sometimes comes with a lot of structural damage, not just roof damage, but sometimes you'll see that the walls got huge cracks from earthquakes, etc. So major structural. With €1, we didn't go down that track. We could have done that, because being Sicilian, obviously Sicily was one of the places we looked at. And there's a lot of towns in Sicily with the €1 program. Sardinia was the other one that has a lot of €1. There are other little dots and spots villages in Italy itself as well. I believe in Salento that Taranto back in 2021 also had some. I don't know if they still do now. So if you go to the number 1, the word eurohouses.com, I think you'll see what's available still today. So the problem with those ones, we found, one, they don't cost you €1. Minimum, they probably cost you anywhere between 5,000 and 10,000 by the time you finished with the purchase. Secondly, you had conditions, and usually it was you had to have the home within 3 years completely renovated. That might not suit some people, especially if they're going back and forth to their home, coming back and not actually living there, and not having a group or a team to actually work with and know the town. Like, you're trying to get used to the town, let alone the network of people to help you do it. So that's why we decided against that one. The walk-in suited us. Yes, we had to pay extra money to get rid of old furniture that was there, rubbish, and things that had to be done, you know, painting, and just a few little things. A turnkey is your best option if you don't want to go down the renovation. If you don't want to go down it is your best, and probably at the end of the day, I think it would probably be your cheapest because the furniture's there. The place is already renovated. It would be painted. It would be, you know, mostly updated, your kitchens and your bathrooms. Usually everything is fine with those turnkeys. We did see one or two really nice turnkeys, and looking back now, we realised that what we paid, and with our renovation and furbishing it, it would have been the same as buying a turnkey. So it is something worth considering. Especially if it's in the place that you're looking for.
Yeah, it depends what you want to do, really. Yeah. If you're sort of handy with painting and renovating and you like doing that sort of thing, sure, go down sort of similar path to what we did. But otherwise,
turnkey.
Walk in.
Yeah, so that's what I would call the difference between a €1, a walk-in, which is what we did, and a turnkey, which it's like walking into an Airbnb.
Yeah.
Right. So that's your dream. Perfect goal. If you want to add your own little touch, obviously walk in. And yes, well, when it comes to the €1, that's a lot of hard work, a lot of bureaucracy. People have done it, some have succeeded, others haven't. So it's just a personal choice for you guys.
Yeah.
So let's start with the questions. I've got an aroma of bread in this house at the moment, so I'm a little bit distracted. Michael's been baking.
Yes, I baked a bit of sourdough bread.
Yes, it's distracting me. Yes. All right, you only took it out of the oven like 10 minutes ago, so it's just wafting through.
Sitting there looking at me at the moment.
And it's if I look over there, but I'm trying to avoid even looking there.
Yeah.
All right, so we will
list.
put also probably a little snapshot from episode 9 here as well for you. As well, so if you want to check a screenshot yourself. Again, this is what we paid, and it's in 2022 in April. Obviously, the price of houses have gone up in some of these towns. Others have remained the same, and again, it's going to depend on the size of your home, whether it's ground level, whether it's 2 stories, whether you've got a roof terrace. All the prices just always change. All right. So ours was a 130 square meter home. And it is on 2 levels. Yeah. If you're including the roof terrace. Yes. Oh, and the mezzanine level. I'd still call it 2 levels. Yeah. All right. So.
Okay.
Price of the house.
The price of the house we paid was €87,000 at the time, back in 2022. Land registration tax. We were 9% as we're not residents. Residents are 2%. Okay, €3,364. That would be what we paid.
Yes, I've only put down what we paid, obviously. Yes.
Negotiation and translator, it says here.
Yes, we had a translator.
Yep.
If you're not over there, you're going to need everything translated into your, so you can understand it. Even though I speak the language, Michael doesn't. So yes. Translator's a great idea. We had a notario, obviously. All that sort of thing. Yeah.
So the price of negotiation and translator, €2,510. The notario was €2,160.
Yes. So he finalised everything. He's the man. Yeah. Get yourself a good notario.
Yes, exactly. Okay, home insurance, combined house contents and public liability insurance.
Yes, that was combined.
Yeah, €298.
So that was €298, and it was with Alliance, for those that might ask which group. Yeah. And then this year, a year later, our insurance, I think, was more.
320.
320. So it's like €22 more.
Yeah.
All right. That's just to give you an idea for what we paid last year, and obviously with inflation and so forth, this year it was 320.
Yep. Okay, internet connection to the house, €150.
Yes, and then we pay monthly.
We pay monthly $26.99 a month.
Yeah,
Euro.
this is all in euro.
Yep.
All right, so that's our monthly fee.
Yep.
Unlimited. We've got the best Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
The best.
I recognise the name of it.
Oh, was it Vodafone?
It was Vodafone originally, but then it's
Wind
3, I think it's called.
Wind 3.
Wind 3. Yeah.
And I used it a lot because I had to upload, because I was working, I had to upload YouTube videos and the dance videos for the online classes.
Yeah.
So we had great internet.
It works well.
Make sure you get the best
Get
package.
the good one.
Don't.
Especially if you've got a two-story house and you need to have access when you're on the roof terrace or wherever.
Yeah. So if internet's important to you and you're working, this is more for working people. If you're not, if you don't need it for work, it probably doesn't matter.
Yeah.
So that's not bad. $26.99.
Yeah. Okay.
Far less than what we pay here.
Yes.
Far less than what we pay here. Give you an idea. I think we're paying
95. Actually, it's just gone up to 100.
100
Yeah. A month.
a month.
Yeah. Not euros though.
No, but still, 27 euro
Yeah.
is probably close to 50
Yeah.
Australian dollars.
Not even that, probably. Yeah.
Yeah. Our Australian dollar is really, really bad. So any Australians who purchased last year or even this year probably realised during the conversion how bad the Australian dollar has been. For the American dollar, it's been okay.
Yeah.
It's been good. Yeah.
Okay. Gas, electricity, and water connection, €360.
Yeah, that was to connect it. And now
Now.
the difference would be while we weren't there, I think the electricity was around like 40 because we weren't sort of there.
Yeah.
While we were there, it ranged from 139 up to
230.
230, and
Yeah.
that was the peak in August. That was probably when we were
That's bi-monthly, every second month.
month.
Yeah.
So the first one because we were there 4 months. So the first one's only 139, and we probably weren't even using much electricity at that time. But by the August, September,
Yeah.
we just had 2 months of heat wave, and we continued to use like fans
Air
or the air conditioner,
Yeah.
one or the other.
Yeah.
So 239 was for 2 months. So that's bi-monthly.
Yeah.
So that gives you an idea what you're paying when you're there
Yeah,
for
that's
two
right.
people.
Yeah.
But when we went there, they were like 39, 27,
Yeah.
36. Like
And the water, $40, €40 for 3 months for the water.
Yes, that's right. Every 3 months, that one.
Yeah. It's in 151 in brackets.
That's while we were there.
While we're there. Yeah.
So while we were there, because I love plants,
Yes.
and anyone who's been following our videos while we were there, they would have seen all the plants we had. So it was 151. That's
I was doing a lot of work and using water.
water for
Cleaning
cleaning
things and-
after painting.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and just the washing. Washing your towels because you're at the beach all the
Yeah,
time.
that's right.
Just general washing, but more so I would say was watering the plants and cleaning after the painting.
Yeah,
More so
definitely.
that.
Our gas as well. Gas is 103.
Yes, we've only had one gas bill, and what was our gas connection?
Gas.
All the connections are at the top
here,
there.
sorry.
Yes. Yeah. Can't remember what our gas connection was.
No.
Was it already connected? I think.
Yes,
Might have been connected
I
to the
think it
house
was
already.
there,
Yeah. So our gas bill.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. We only had the one bill.
Yeah.
We did cook while we were there every day.
We did.
Yeah,
Yeah.
pretty much. So, not
Not
sure why
much.
it's very cheap at the moment and why we've only had one bill.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see how we go.
Yeah.
So,
Okay. Taxes. IVA tax. 22% it says here.
yes, so all the prices that we just gave you included the IVA tax, so that's equivalent to like GST tax.
GST, yeah.
So all those prices included the 22% already.
Yep.
So,
Okay, next section, renovation works for us was mostly superficial work, nothing major apart from removing the plaster on the stone, I guess.
yes, the ceiling, revealing the ceiling.
Yeah.
So I think all up it was what, around 14,000 altogether, the whole total.
That's with the ceiling and painting and everything.
I think the total cost for that if it'll be in the breakdown, if just in case it wasn't included. I'm just trying to remember. I've got a feeling the two were included.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do have lots of spreadsheets here.
Yes.
So we have spreadsheets all on our Excel with the renovation, the purchase costs, you know, the Hhow, the connections. That's one thing here. Then we have all this on what we purchased for the home. You will not be able to see because the print is that small.
Yeah.
We've got 2 pages of everything we bought, right down to the last knife, fork, spoon, plate, bowl, demijohns, decorations, old antique vases,
Everything. Yeah.
everything, tables, kitchen ware, tea towels, Manchester, everything. So they will come under a different list at the moment, these spreadsheets here. But at the moment, it's just the big items,
Yeah.
big ticket items.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So we'll clarify that later when we give you the breakdown, whether the ceiling was part of that €14,000.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So continuing on, renovations including exposing the ceiling, adding the 2 false ceilings that we had, or 3 false ceilings actually, with lighting in the storage room, the kitchen, and the second bathroom, and putting in new downlights, replacing all 45 power points with new face plates because they were all old and terrible.
Yeah, some were broken as well.
Yeah, 3 air conditioners, painting the whole house, including the patio and the rooftop terrace, jet blasting the terrace and resealing it, and a new handrail up the stairs leading up to the terrace. And the total renovations for all of that came to €29,500.
Yes, I knew there was something not right with that 14,000 figure. I kept thinking, no, 14,000 I think was the first part that we had done to the house. But the full renovation, everything, that's the full price there.
Yeah.
So that gets added onto, I think, the cost of the home and all the legal, which
Yeah.
probably came to about 95 if you count the legal. So 87,000 was the cost of the home, but I think with all the legal it came to 95, and then you add this 29
Yeah.
and a half,
That.
yeah, and then separately add the 11,000 for the furnishing.
Yes. Exactly.
So that is your figure,
Yeah.
and that's why I say sometimes a turnkey might be the right thing for you.
Exactly.
So when you add all that, you'll realise the house is no longer 87,000.
That's right.
So, but that happens with any house that you buy. When you buy a home, obviously you're going to do things to the home. It's very few people will just walk into a home and say, "Yep, I'm happy with all the furniture. I'm happy with the kitchen. I'm happy with the bathroom."
Yeah.
So it's something. Yeah, ours was a walk-in, but it needed a lot of work, and we did spend probably a couple of thousand just on cleaning the rubbish, having the rubbish removed. Including the building rubbish, like the rubble, when you expose the stone, all the plaster and just the rubbish that was actually left there.
Yeah.
The second lot of rubbish we had removed by the council was free. So we had a room, which we'll probably post a photo here. We found this extra rubbish in our secret room. We had that removed by the council for free, so we didn't have to pay for that lot. But the first lot, we had numerous like different ceramic tiles up on top of the roof. We had a dog house there, big timber dog house. We had lots of old pots and pans, not pots and pans, pot plants I should say.
Yeah.
There was just a lot of rubbish. We had the old lounge, an old bedroom suite.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of things, big items, and that was expensive. That was like a €2,000 bill.
Yeah.
But that is included all in that 29,000 part of the the bill there. So we will have probably just a sheet here with those little breakdowns for you, and you can have a look at that, and that helps you guys to think, well, do I do a €1? Yes, it's going to cost me more than €1 to actually purchase it, and it'll probably cost you quite a lot to redo the house. Or do I get a walk-in turnkey, all done for me, or add your little touch and buy a walk-in and
just depends
pay for the renovations.
What you are looking for yourself.
Yes. And we paid for the renovations because we weren't there. So yeah, we did save some money on some of the painting jobs that weren't done, that weren't included, and just a few little items. Like Michael put up some tiles, just some little decor things,
Jobs, yeah.
odd jobs. And yes, I think that part will, yeah, that finishes that
For
part.
that part, yep. Breakdown appliances, fridge, oven, washing machine and dryer,
Yes.
Yep.
Electricals.
€1,800.
Hmm.
All of the furnishings for the 8 rooms, including beds, lounge tables, crockery and Manchester, came to approximately €11,000.
Yes. So when you start adding that up,
Yeah.
it's a lot of money, isn't
Yeah,
it?
for yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now, most of our furniture we did buy from secondhand and vintage places, but we bought them very, very affordable, much less than buying them brand new. The things that were brand new out of a department store was our TV and TV unit, all the beds,
Yeah.
mattresses, and the sofa lounge.
Yep, and the white goods, yep.
Yeah, and the white goods, that's right,
Yeah.
the appliances. So they were all brand new. But everything else, every table and chair and just bric-a-brac
Yeah,
came from secondhand stores.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think there was 3 tables there.
Yeah.
There was a desk, there was a table in the kitchen, there was the kitchen table,
Yep.
and the chairs.
stools, yeah.
Yes, so all those items were from secondhand stores, and all the bric-a-brac, all the vintage ceramic vases, just all the little cute little wooden stool with like a servery thing that we're treating it like a we'll insert a photo of that. It looks like a Fred Flintstone table,
Yes,
actually.
yes.
Quite cute, but we'll insert that here. So you know what I mean. We were just buying some Salentino items, I suppose you would call that. Yeah, Salentino items. So in that figure of the 11,000, it also includes all the things that Michael needed to paint. So he had to buy a level, paintbrushes, like the rollers, just
Yeah.
everything, the cleaning materials. He sanded back the tables, like the sanding.
Sander, yeah.
You even brought us an electrical sander. Yeah. So that includes even those items. I'm talking right down to, a tea strainer, the mocha pot. I mean, everything you would need to rent that house home and to live in it. So, and that's why we've rented it with everything in it. We didn't take anything out. So all the bric-a-brac, all the vintage stuff, it's all there for people to enjoy.
Yeah.
So they get a Salentino experience, which is what we like when we go book places in Italy or in Greece or in European towns. We like to live like the locals. So rather than get something modern, we will we'll book something sort of of that area.
Yeah. So we've left it like that for those people. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like
enjoy.
When I go to Tuscany, I look for a typical Tuscan home, something authentic. So that's what we tried to do. So we've left them there. We didn't take them out and put them in storage. We left them there for people to enjoy. So that's the breakdown of that. I don't think there's anything else. Is there anything else in
down
the
bottom here, the gas food bill.
food? That's
Food.
another thing. People
Food.
asking food. Food is extremely cheap. I think we were paying 30 to 50 euro a week. Everything was fresh. Everything is 0 kilometre, and I think that's why the food is so cheap there. When we do our shopping here, we only have markets like once a week. In our small towns, there was markets every day. You could go to a market. Our particular market was on a Saturday, and we had a very big market. We had a fantastic variety, great market. And that's why I think it's so cheap, because those local farmers, there's no transport. There's not a train coming from Northern Europe or from another country. There's no plane or freight costs or anything. So literally, you're less than an hour drive away. So your produce was extremely cheap.
Yeah.
So going out, we'll probably see if we can find some of our dockets that we were putting up on Instagram of restaurants that we went to. We even went out with some friends, like we might have some
from Australia,
dockets with that. So we'll put some of that just to show you. But I think we paid something like €80 for 3 people, and that was like 2 courses. That included wine and water
We
and
had everything, yeah.
and dessert and a main and like for 3 people. Like, it's just crazy. So we might even have photos of that particular dinner. You might be able to insert just to give you an idea.
Yeah.
I'll let Michael speak about the coffee because he was the coffee addict.
Coffee is so cheap. Our first experience, I think it was a local cafe. We ordered 2 espresso shots, the little shots, and 4 little almond biscottis, I think.
Yes.
And it came to how much? It was like €2, I think, for the whole thing.
Yes. It was €1 each.
Yeah.
Yeah, €1 each. So that included the 4 almond biscuits and the espresso.
And 2 espressos.
We went back the next day because we thought they might have made a mistake.
Yeah, but no.
They didn't make a mistake.
Yeah,
no.
but most other places, you might pay
75 cents or €1.
A cappuccino might cost you €1.20. It's under $2. Whereas back home now it's like $4.50 for a small one.
Your cornetto, which is equivalent to sort of our croissants here.
Yeah.
€1, €1.50, depending where you went.
Yeah.
If you went into the cities, they might have been €2 in the big cities.
Yeah.
But where we were.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I made a lot of my own coffees at home because we bought a nice fancy coffee machine, and but the few times that we did go out, it's just ridiculous.
Yes, we just went out for a walk just to sometimes just have a coffee and just support the locals because it was just so cheap. Yeah. Or I would buy a gelato, like it was €2 in our town.
Yeah.
And I think €3 in the town of Lecce, like in the city.
Yeah.
Again, in the cities, like if you're in Rome and all that, they're going to be more. But we're talking about in our little Salento region in our town of Galatone, it was just so cheap to live. Petrol is not cheap, so that's one thing I'll say.
Petrol
is probably the most expensive item that we paid.
Yeah, like at the moment we're paying back home in Australia $2.20 a litre. Over there it was probably about €2.20, which is maybe
that's euro.
$3.50 or more
for us Australians.
For us Australian per litre.
When you convert it, so that was probably the most expensive that we felt that we were spending.
Yeah.
Because we did have a car. The longer you rent the car, the cheaper it is. So if you're going to be there for a month, rent it for a month and you'll get a much better rate.
Yeah.
We had everything included.
Yeah.
So which we mentioned, I think, in the last video.
Yep.
Yeah. I think that was probably it on that list, wasn't it?
Yeah. For a restaurant, we talked about coffee, gelato, croissant. Yep.
So they were the questions that were asked after our. What was that?
Key box.
Oh yes. So we do have a key box at our front door. So when people come and go to rent it, they just have an access to the key box. So that cost us with the tax was €188.
Installed.
Yeah, that's fully installed, purchased, installed, and tax.
Yep.
Yeah. So if you're looking to get a key box for your home, if you're going to rent it out.
Yeah.
So. There's probably cheaper ones, obviously, as well. There's probably more expensive ones. There's probably
where you get it,
digital
where
ones.
You go through. Yeah, that's right, exactly.
Yeah. So that was probably the only other item that people asking how you get access because we're not there.
Yeah.
And that's how you get access. You'll get a code and So I think that's all. I think they were all the questions that were asked. Yes.
I think so.
So hopefully that helps out. Next week we will go back to another town. I think we had Lecce last week. We've done Gallipoli now. We've also done Castro.
Yep.
So we may do Nardo on the west coast, or we may go to Otranto, which I think is a lot of everyone's favourites.
Yeah.
Yeah. We will also include our trips up to Polignano and Bari and Albabella, Monopoly. We'll include them, but that's going to be separate from our top 5, obviously, because otherwise they would be in our top 5 as well.
Yeah.
But that's not in our Salento.
Salento region.
Yes,
that's right.
yes. So we'll cover Ostorni, we'll cover a few of those later on.
Yeah.
So we will choose one for you, and hopefully you have a great weekend. And I think it was Thanksgiving for a lot of people, for all our American followers.
Over there, yeah.
Yes, so hope you had a happy Thanksgiving as well. And And don't forget to subscribe. And if you like this content, and if you do have any more questions, our email address,
Is casamiasalentina@gmail.com.
Michael.
I'll put it on the screen
Probably
here
put it
and
up.
put a link in the description below.
Yes.
And yes,
so
if you could subscribe to this channel if you haven't. If you're just watching it and enjoy it, give it a like, but hit that subscribe button.
Yes,
That'd be wonderful.
and don't be shy to comment. We've had people now
Yeah.
starting to comment, and we love getting back to you as well if we can help you. Even had questions for Australian citizenship, like dual citizenship.
Yeah.
But that was through Instagram, and I was able to give them a few tips there. So yes, don't be shy. Thank you guys. We love helping you, and we'll see you in
The next one.
next week's. Ciao everyone.
Ciao.